If women are drafted to the military, I am most excited to see the confrontation between commanding officers and the girls. You think we're gonna let you yell at us? You think we're gonna do something without a please and thank you? We've all had controlling ex-boyfriends. We know not to put up with that bullshit. Like, let's sit down and have a conversation about what you want and what I want, and we'll reach a happy medium. Because there's no way I'm doing what you want when you use that tone with me. You think you can push us around like you do with these men? Think again, baby. You're gonna learn some manners.
Madam, I am pretty certain if you try that with your commanding officer, you are most likely going to be forced to do push-ups, probably run laps until sunset, go without a meal, be forced into quarantine, or at the very worst, court-martialed. The reason why for all of this is because when you're fighting in the military, you're not just fighting for your country. You're fighting for your fellow soldiers. If you survive, the soldier behind you survives. If you die, the soldier behind you dies. One deserter on the front lines can cost an entire platoon their lives. This is one of the biggest reasons why we can't draft men into the military right now. Because in order to prevent mass desertion on the front lines, you have to offer the men something to look forward to coming home to that will make them see going through all of that trouble as worth it. That used to be you ladies. It honest to God was. But that's not the case anymore. Men are not going to sacrifice anything if we're not going to gain anything out of that sacrifice. We're just not. Don't believe me? How many generations have we been hearing women say, we don't need men anymore? Well, congratulations. You got what you wanted.
Making moves to require a woman to get drafted, and I'm just going to tell you real quick why this is not like equality slay. First of all, we shouldn't get drafted if we still don't even have equal rights.
And how exactly do you not have equal rights, madam? What is stopping you from doing whatever it is you want that's not biologically related? By all means, please tell us.
I mean, abortion should be a First Amendment right, and a lot of women are being denied that.
Madam, abortion care cannot be a First Amendment right. The reason why is because giving women a right that men are biologically incapable of receiving creates a direct conflict with what the Declaration of Independence says, that everybody is created equal. If you're going to talk about rights, you might want to first read up on the Declaration of Independence, because that is literally the foundation for every right here in the US. But alas, we all know that's not going to happen, because that would require you to be willing to acknowledge the importance of men, because men were the ones who wrote the Declaration of Independence, aka the Founding Fathers.
So, my therapist actually made like a senator call center mad because she kept on saying, if you are not going to let women get abortions, or if you're going to deny women abortions, they shouldn't have to pay taxes. Like, and she just kept on saying that. And they got so frustrated with her that they hung up.
Or maybe they're mad because they don't understand why a therapist is posing as a legally licensed attorney. Maybe that's the reason.
It's not equal rights, equal fights. The military is not a safe place for women for a very particular reason that does not apply to men. When female officers are being found unalived miles away from base camps and the military will not provide answers, that's not a safe place for women.
Men go through that too. It's called casualties, which is what happens when a country goes to war. There will be casualties amongst soldiers. So what's the point you're trying to make here?
You know, there is rampant schmalt in the military. I mean, it's so common. And, you know, no one does anything about it. You know, and like obviously like the military is not a safe place for anyone. You know, you run the risk of being unalived when you're in combat. But it's particularly not a safe place for women because your own fellow soldiers are going to hurt you, you know? Like, don't say, oh, you're just mad because you have to get drafted. First of all, I have multiple mental illnesses. I've been to the psych ward multiple times, and I have I take multiple psychiatric medications. So I do not think that I qualify for the draft.
If that's really the case, why are you so upset about this? When this literally does not apply for you. Like, why?
I'm just gonna go on a limb here and say the military does not want me. But it is a really sad day it would be a really sad day for a lot of women because the military is just truly not a safe place for women, and that's been proven time and time again through all of the silence that's gone on with assault cases. And if Congress is not also going to make very definitive steps to implement measures that will protect women and have fellow soldiers that do engage these behaviors, misogynistic behaviors, face repercussions for the things they do, then it's just not an even deal. You know, like you're literally signing women up not just to schmai, but to also be at a high risk for SA.
Can you please define misogynistic behavior, madam? I mean, you do have an actual definition for it, because you would have to have a definition for it in order to figure out what measures you need for protection.